What's going on? What's going on, family? Welcome to Lapeef Sports on the Lapeef Network. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. How you gentlemen doing today?
Beautiful.
Busy,
Doing good, man.
busy.
Wow, very interesting, man. Everybody got feeling something different this morning.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. It's a good thing, man. I hope y'all feeling good and ready to talk about some sports. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys get them likes up. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let's get this show started, y'all. First thing we're going to talk about today is the Lakers. Your Los Angeles Lakers. Don't know what's going on over there in LA. I don't know if we have any LA fans on the panel right now. LA fans? No?
Yeah, I'm a LeBron fan.
LeBron fan. I heard about you guys.
You got to take my boy Taylor THT up out that trash can, man. He's balling. The rest of them can stay in there, but take THT out of there, man. Y'all ain't gonna do my Simeon dude like
It's
that.
early in the season, man. It's early in the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's always the argument that we always hearing. But Christmas is right around the corner, man. So I think by now we should be starting to see some type of trend in the right direction. And I'm not so sure if those Christmas presents are going to change anything. But let's take a look at the stats. The last game, I understand the Lakers played today, but the last game they played was against the Bucks. And it was looking like, let me bring this up real quick. Same thing. It was looking like James had a decent game. He had 21 points. He was 10 for 16 with field goals. He had 6 rebounds. So he looked like he was very active. And some of the other people did contribute. But why do you think they lost this game?
Did they play the Bucks?
Yeah. No, the Celtics.
Yeah, I was about to say they played the Celtics. I don't know. I think it's more or less, more than anything, I just think it's chemistry. I think that with LeBron coming off an injury, they got some geriatric players on the roster. I don't think that the roster entirely fit. It's just a hodgepodge of a lot of different has-been players, and then you got Anthony Davis that's projecting himself to be an alpha, but that he's not selling that image that well. I think that they'll be all right long term. I think it's going to take longer for them to fit. And I think that a lot of times people get caught up in the regular season. But I think that at the rate that they're going, they'll hit their stride at the right time if they can keep everybody healthy. But I think that you'll start to see some different results. I'm actually going to be at the Pistons-Lakers game this afternoon. So hopefully LeBron suit up and we can see what he really about in person. But I think that the playoffs and winning a championship largely depends on whether or not you hit that stride at the right time and you fit in with chemistry and you making sure that your players are staying healthy. So I think that they'll be all right. But as far as that game specifically, with the Celtics game, they was on the road. LeBron's first game back. He got to shake off the cobwebs. I think he'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I think.
Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead. No, go, Jay. Go ahead, man.
No, I'm saying I think, we always hope throughout LeBron's career, he's always hit that stride at the right point. Like even when whatever was going on during the season, whether it be injuries, whether it just be lack of chemistry, we always felt like, are they going to pick it up? And even if they got a lower ranking, there was a couple times where the Heat or where Cleveland might have got like a 3rd seed or a 2 seed and they played Toronto in the first round. We always knew like, they're going to be in the finals no matter where they're seated. But I think at this age, man, it's starting to be like, can he do that? You know what I mean? Before he was able to turn it on, that chemistry would get gelling. Now, when you get older, you don't have that much control. You know what I mean? So just like we saw last year, I mean, they would beat up most of the season, but you saw like they limped into the playoffs and it showed,
Yeah, but I mean, just a year and a half ago, they was winning a championship. You know what I'm saying? So you can't put too much stock because the year before that, it's funny. Not last year, a year and a half ago, they won a championship. The year before that, we was having the same conversation about whether LeBron is old and he's in, and you can't, take any consideration into the fact that he's not Iron Man anymore. And then a year after that, he won a championship. You know what I'm saying? So we were saying that, they limped in. LeBron was injured half the season. So I think that it's time. Time tells all. I'm keeping track of my bets that I've made with you guys on this platform, and we're gonna see long term.
Well, I think it's important. I think it's important that the Lakers not panic. It'd be easy for them to, try to put the foot to the pedal and try to ramp everything up really quick. That way, by Christmas, maybe that they're looking a lot better. But LeBron has been in this position. It feels like almost every season or every other season where he's with. I mean, maybe that's attributed to the fact that he may be with a new team every 2 to 3 seasons. But it always seems like there's dysfunction or there's some level of miscommunication between him and his teammates. And then around this time, going into January, February, they start to figure it out. By the All-Star break, they're starting to look good, and by playoffs, they're humming. And so, it's almost like a formula that has always worked for them, or for LeBron specifically. Plus, like you said, LeBron's coming off an injury. There's still some dysfunction within the team. Anthony Davis is kind of going through some kind of mid-career crisis, and
He's
so
going through
it's
emotional
really important.
crisis.
There's something's going on with Anthony Davis that maybe we're just not aware of. All we see is what's going on in the court. But that's going to take some working out. Some of the impact players that they're looking for, Carmelo Anthony, Rajon Rondo, that they were going to be these glue guys, that hasn't really shown itself yet. But again, maybe they're not supposed to show themselves until April, May, and June. And so as long as they can really, stay healthy, not let anything crazy get in between them in terms of tension in the locker room. I don't know what's going on with Frank Vogel in regards to him being this defensive genius. The Lakers are, losing games, and LeBron can't do everything. Even at his peak right now, he won't be 100%. So they can't expect LeBron to be doing all these chase down blocks, come playoff time. He may have 1 or 2 in him, but that can't be something that they rely on and just say, well, once we get LeBron back and, we'll be this defensive juggernaut. It's really not going to happen. So if anything, I'm more concerned with, the coaching staff's ability to, find a way to guard some of these really good guards around the, the Western Conference and in the league in general. They've been struggling to do that, just really find a way to gel on defense. And, because they lost some of their best players, in terms of Alex Caruso, JaVale McGee, some of these guys that they depend on. And so I just worry about that, their defense as a team, them letting small things kind of mess up their gel on the court. And if anything, that should be where they're worried about, not necessarily if LeBron's going to make them any better.
Look, man, there's nobody to throw off the banana boat this time, man. You know what I mean? Like, there's nobody to sacrifice to the gods. There's no Kyle Kuzma to kick around anymore, man. They stuck with each other too. But that's going to work to their advantage because there's no cavalry coming. You might get a buyout candidate sometime around the All-Star break, get you an extra big or something. But what you gonna do? You gonna move Russ? There's nothing. You have nothing young that nobody wants. So I think that's their blessing in disguise, is that they stuck with each other and they're gonna have to figure it out, man. They're gonna have to figure it out because there's no magic trades, there's no magic coaching changes to be made. They got to figure it out on their own because there's no leverage on that roster to do anything else, man.
They're gonna try to move Russell Westbrook. I'm telling you, he is. I guarantee he's already on the trade block. And so, I think that's gonna be their plan, is find some kind of way to move Russell Westbrook to just some random team, try to get just a production, because I don't really think he's making the impact that they were looking for. The meme went out that they were paying him $44
He's the only one. Hey, he's the only one actually playing with any energy right now, man. Like, Carmelo give you some little cook off the bench, but he's the only one that looks psychologically engaged right now. So you're gonna trade the one dude who's out there playing a little bit, like he got a little bit of piss and vinegar going on, right? Like, Anthony Davis is kind of sleepwalking through this season, bro.
I was about to say, and that's the thing. Russell is never sleepwalking. Russell is always on go, but his go doesn't benefit the team. You know what I mean? His goal is his goal. He does what he wants. You know what I'm saying? He's a green light, but that's not benefiting the team, man. Like,
But
you
has
have
he ever really been
Rondo.
put in a position to I mean, if we really taking it into consideration, has any coach really put Russell Westbrook in a position to win outside of Oklahoma City with all of these hodgepodge teams that he continues to get traded to? Like, is anybody truly taking advantage or know how to use Russell Westbrook or put him in a position to win? Because, like, for example, one of the things that I've always advocated for, and I said from the beginning, is that he should be coming off the bench. I mean, he is the perfect energy guy to come in and give you that sustained energy that you need while the starters are resting or to rotate effectively. And so at some point also, I think that he does get a bad rap because he does play hard, and that is the guy, right? I think the problem with Russell Westbrook in a lot of ways is that people are still looking at him as the Russell Westbrook of old, and they're comparing his energy and using that in order to make their, validate whatever it is that they feel about him or his fit and finish in the team. When in reality, we had these same conversations about Melo when he was in Oklahoma City and he was playing with Paul George. You know what I'm saying? But when Melo went over to the Blazers and they had the person that knew how to use him effectively and get the most out of him, considering how he should fit within the scheme of whatever the team was doing, we lauded him and we said, you know what? Melo is serviceable and they should continue to put him in and all of this other type of stuff. And so now I'm wondering, are we utilizing, or is the coaches utilizing Russell Westbrook effectively, or are they just subjecting themselves to what it is, or we as fans subjecting ourselves to what we expect Russell Westbrook to do based off of what we're used to seeing? I think that he would be a great serviceable second unit guy, similar to how it is that we're seeing Derrick Rose play his role now too on certain teams, and he's being effective, and we saying that, oh man, he got his second win. I think you'd see the same thing from Russell Westbrook if he had the right coach.
I think that's accurate in terms of that would work. However, I don't know whether it's the NBA politics or what. Just like you'll see a person like Russell Westbrook who would be more effective off the bench, but just the NBA politics is not happening. Like, nobody's gonna be like, yo, we're gonna need you with the second unit. He would look at him, that meme he got out. What? The Russell Westbrook meme. That's how it would be. They would not allow him to come off the bench, or they wouldn't even approach him with that. But it just seems like the NBA will just put something on a person and they won't abort that. Just like Melo, they decided that you are no longer a star of this league, and either you're gonna take this new role that we think you should be in or be gone. And that's why I see it with Westbrook, man. Nobody's gonna put him there because they still want him on the big stage. They still want him starting.
Well, I
That's
think
kind
that
of
Russ put himself in that position, though. I mean, the fact that coaches haven't put him in the right position to win, I agree with that. But I feel like my knee-jerk question to that, like when you answer the question with another question, what is his most efficient way of playing? Because when you're talking about using him the right way, well, he's so ball dominant when it comes to, him trying to get his assists, and he wants to score. And so it seems like you can't really put a scheme around Russ because he's so
But do you need to
with
with the
his
second unit? You let that dude go dog wild. Like you
Yeah,
let
Well,
that
see,
you
you
let
got a
that
point.
you let that dog loose. You let him do whatever he gonna do. Hey, ain't no scheme. Go out there. You go.
but if he's with the
This
second
this
unit,
this is my call with Russell Westbrook.
but if he's
Faster,
with the second unit,
faster.
he's gonna be even.
Rat
I
that
would
horse.
say he'd be even more ball dominant than if he's with the first unit,
We cool
because
with
he's gonna
that.
be relying on these
Yeah,
6, 7, 8
that's
rotation
fine.
guys.
That's fine. That's what you're looking for the second unit. You want them to maintain offensive aggression, play hard, give you that energy for that 4 or 5 minutes that your starters are resting up, and then transition back, But I think the problem with Russ, man, is that he's not self-aware. He's never been self-aware.
We've seen that.
And what is good for the team and what is good for Russ cross wires a lot, and I really think he's never been able to uncross them.
Plus, what's his reputation about how coachable he is? You would imagine that coaches are trying to tell him, hey, Russ, we need you to do X, Y, and Z. And then the game come up and he just pull up a three just because he's a little bit open. And so I just wonder, where does the line between he going to do what he does and, the team and the coaches are trying to get him to, follow whatever the game plan is. I
But
just
I
think
mean,
that
how
those
many
two things
people?
clash.
How many people do they pull into an organization and say, hey, I want you to change your game? That does not happen. The coach and the front office's job is to find the right pieces for whatever scheme or whatever it is that they're trying to solve for. So that's what I'm saying. That, listen, I believe that he does deserve as a player, right? If you got a bunch of turnovers, then I'm gonna hold you accountable. But it is the coaches and the front office's job to put you in a position to win. Otherwise, why would you trade for him? Why would you add him to the roster? Whatever. You can't say, oh, well, he's not changing his game. The goal was to find the right piece. Listen, one of the things that we all knew about LeBron was that he likes shooters. So you surround LeBron with shooters. You don't say, LeBron, I want you to change your game and go down and whatever. LeBron is LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Kobe.
Well, did LeBron ask for this though? Isn't he kind of the de facto GM?
We don't know what LeBron asked for with regard to that. We don't know.
What I'm saying is that if LeBron is self-aware and knows that he wants those shooters, I'm pretty sure the GM came to him and say, look, man, there's an opportunity for us to get Russ. Do you think this is a good fit? He had to have been asked that question. And I'm just wondering.
But I don't. You still gotta. It's still gotta be. You gotta put him in a rotation. Is it gonna be an eight man rotation? It's gonna be a 9-man rotation. You know what I'm saying? One of the things that the Warriors like to do in certain situations, and they're notorious for it, is to play small ball earlier in their career, depending on whoever the opponent is. So it still requires a level of insight from the team and the coaches to put you in the right position possible. But that, if you don't even want to tell the dude that he should come off the bench, if that's what you feel like he should do, which I understand him actually starting right now because of the injuries and all of that other type of stuff. But as the season progresses and you start to develop a rotation in a way in which you want the team to play compared to, going into the playoffs, I think that there's a level of responsibility that or something that you got to put on the coach. I mean, think about it. Even in Cleveland, LeBron had the exact same team when they had brought that European coach over there, and then they put Mike Brown and switched it out and put Mike Brown or Tyronn Lue. They put him in a position, and then the team took off right away with the exact same team, no changes whatsoever. So you have to start, heaping some responsibility on the front office and the coaches also. What are they there for?
Yeah. These front offices are terrible, man. I mean, we'll talk about that, but they're terrible.
I want to get into the super chat. Let's see if I can put it on there. There it is right there. Appreciate you, Dario, for the $49.99 super chat. He says, to the panel, do you guys think the Suns will be able to reach the Western Conference this year and maybe to the finals?
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. They will reach the Western Conference finals at the very least. I think that Golden State is going to be standing in anybody's way, especially after what I was seeing. And they didn't even have Steph Curry out there. And Steph Curry might win an MVP this year. But I think that the Suns is absolutely going to, at the very least, get to the Western Conference finals. That team looked better than they did last year. They pacing themselves. They don't feel like they got anything to prove. They playing within, they just becoming more of what they are. It's almost like it reminds me of the transition and the growth of 12-3 of the Milwaukee Bucks earlier, prior to them becoming champions and them just keeping the team together. And they got the perfect mix between the veteran anchors to continue to give them the game and these young dudes that's ready to pull up, and they don't have no fear. I think that the Suns, if anybody, is probably would be my dark horse to win the championship. Outside of me still going with Milwaukee and rocking with Golden State.
The Suns need that, what I call that overkill move, where you've got everything cooking, but you just throw something just a little extra on the top of it to give you that intangible, with a little extra just to give you that push. And I think they're a move away. Like they need something off the bench that just cooks, or maybe a little more rim protection. Just that one move where you like, did they really need that guy? But then they bring him in, you're like, oh, okay, I see how this is going to work, because you got two guys that create shots for you. Your third most talented guy is your rim protector. It's like this missing that one ingredient, and I don't know what it is, but it's something missing with the Sun.
Like a Hassan Whiteside.
Yeah, or Tristan Thompson if you buy him out or something.
No, I seen Chloe's baby daddy at the game on last Monday night when Sacramento was in town. I seen Chloe baby daddy. Chloe baby daddy, he's starting to look like a penguin out there. I said, nah, we're not going with Chloe's baby.
Oh, we got to get into that. We got to get into that, man. I've been watching highlights all morning or whatever. There's fat dudes running around the league. What's going on, bro? Like, the Paul Pierce plan, man. Like, look, just show up and hoop.
Paul Pierce don't get enough credit. Paul Pierce had the best. I would say Paul Pierce possibly had the best footwork in the league when he was in the league. Paul Pierce, he might have been flabby, but somehow he was in the gym working on that footwork, and it didn't seem like it. But he was getting his shots off, and he was getting past you. And Paul Pierce was effective. As slow and as flabby as he was, man. But y'all sleeping on Paul, man. He don't get enough credit, bro. Paul was a monster.
That's my frustration with it. It's like I'm seeing it right now with Luka. I'm like, you too young to be this in this your body to look this bad, bro.
I agree. I agree with that.
And I'm trying to figure out, is it? I mean, I was watching the Nets highlights. My man Harden gave us side boob, fam. Like that man lifted up his arm and he gave us some side boob, bro. I was like, what are you doing, man?
God, it's so weird.
When
Brooklyn came in town, right? And I'm looking at these now. Kevin Durant is more fit than I've ever seen. I mean, the dude looked like a real life orangutan in real life, right? I mean, he got the muscle structure, all of that. It's so funny because you looking at James Harden and you looking at him and he's actually fit. Like, he's like fat fit. I ain't never seen a fat fit guy. It's almost like I don't know why he look like that.
He be on them resistance.
Yeah,
probably,
he like
you know what I mean?
that solid one pack.
Advanced Pilates, he be probably doing that hot yoga. I'm sure that's what he be on. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yo, you look at when Houston sent him to Brooklyn, dog. He was enormous in Houston, and it was almost like 2 weeks later, this dude was fit. You know what I'm saying? Like, how the hell did you do that?
He might have put on a fat suit. He might have put on a fat suit.
He was out there with them gowns on with little baby. I'm like, damn, this nigga is swollen.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
All right, so I kind of wanted to address that super chat, but there was a statement that was made by Stephen A. Smith. He said, I think LeBron has won his last title. I think it's over for the Lakers. ESPN analyst Stephen A. Smith believes Steph Curry won't let the king get his fifth ring. So will LeBron James ever win the championship again? You're on mute.
I don't believe so. I don't believe he will. I think it's a possibility for him to get another ring, depending on. I think it just largely depends on the health of other teams. But honestly, in my personal opinion, I think everything goes through the East. People always say the West usually have the stronger teams. I think everything runs through the East, and I don't think anybody is running through that juggernaut of Milwaukee. Y'all are sleeping on that team, and I don't know why they don't get the respect that they deserve. But I don't think that LeBron is going to get another ring. I think he's just biding time until his son gets in the league.
That's what I was
thinking. I think that he want to play with his son. I think he want to make the most money possible. I believe
waiting a long time, fam.
Not really. His son is there.
They're gonna bring his son in there just on the strength of LeBron.
Is LeBron gonna play the LeBron? They're gonna wait him, bro.
I'm telling you, he right there. Look. Think about it though. But think about it though.
LeBron's son is a junior or a sophomore? What is he?
He's a junior, man. And
he got 2 years, bro.
Right now, he's a mat guard right now. He's 6'1", about 6'1". He got decent athleticism. He don't shoot the rock particularly well. I mean, He'd be at Western Michigan if his name was Tony Jones.
No way. His
I'm
son
telling
is
you, man.
really good. I'm telling you. And not only is his son that good, but he could be in the league in 2 years, bro. If you don't think that LeBron is going to be in the league within 2 years, come on, man. LeBron is still a top 10 player in the league.
Will hang on until he's in his early 40s the way he takes care of his body. It's just what form of LeBron is he willing to accept being on a basketball court? Like, are we going to see 40-year-old LeBron starting to get a little love handles playing the point center? You know what I mean?
No, I mean he's still good, bro. Like, I think that because we haven't seen him on the court as much as we should have, because of injury, LeBron is still a monster, bro. Like, he's still the best passer in the league. He still can get to anywhere on the court that he wants to. And I think that, I mean, we have an out of sight, out of mind. Again, we don't remember that this dude led them to a championship just a year and a half ago. The dude is still a monster.
Let me ask you this. How long do y'all think he has left in the league?
Who, LeBron?
Top. Yeah, top.
How long do we have to remain in the top 10, or how long does he have to play? He can play for the next 10 years if he wanted to.
Yeah. His skill set, his size is going to allow him to play for probably at least another 5 to 7 years if he wanted to.
Now,
I see
I'm
5
saying,
years
how long
maximum.
do you?
I see him doing another. So what, this year, another 2 seasons in LA. And then, maybe do it if they find some kind of way to be successful, maybe do a 4th season. And then maybe him trying to retire in Cleveland and do one more season in Cleveland just as a farewell tour type situation. But I do think that he wants to play with Bronny. His son is, a top prospect. He's like top 20 prospect. He's not number 1 overall.
He's
but
overrated, bro.
He might be able to go to any
Bronny?
team.
Yes,
bro. You cannot say a junior is overrated, bro.
They don't.
You know what they said that about? You know who they said that about? LaMelo. They said the same thing about LaMelo. And you know who else they said it about?
LaMelo is 6'7" now, though, bro. He's 6'7",
but the point is,
mine.
bro, they said it about LaMelo, and they also said that about Trae Young. They said that Trae Young is overrated.
Oh no!
Yes, they did say Trae Young was overrated.
But he's not Trae Young. Go back and watch them high school.
We first noticed Trae Young in college. Bronny got 2 years, and he has the best coach. He has 2 years. He has 2 years, and he still got the best coach in the freaking world behind him. He got 2 more years, bro. That is a long time in youth and adolescence time, bro. Dude is gonna be a savage.
I'm not betting against his skill level. I'm betting against his genetics. I don't know if that's
great genetics.
Well, right now he's 6'4". So
he's not 6'1", bro. Let me look him up.
Yeah,
let me look him up.
He's like Russell Westbrook size.
6'4".
Right now.
He's what?
Yeah, he's about Russell Westbrook size.
I don't know, man.
They say his listed height
definitely
is 6'4".
lacks the athletic ability, but he has the jumping ability.
His
he's about
listed height is 6'4".
He's gonna get bigger. You know what I mean? So, and he's only 18 or 19. I think 17 or something like that. 18. He's about to be 18 this year. So, or maybe not. I think he might be only 17, something like that.
No, he's not 18. He's not 18.
Yeah. If he's only a junior, he's not.
They're coming. I'll let you know in about a month, man. They're coming.
He's 17 years old, bro. He just turned 17 in October 6th.
Hey, JR, we'll know in a month, bro. They coming here to play.
He just turned 17 October 6th. The dude is 6'4". His genetics is phenomenal.
We'll see.
Uh-oh.
We'll see.
We'll see. LeBron.
We'll have to come see Simeon in about a month. We'll see one way or the other.
Bro, you are nuts if you don't think that Bronny
my thing is this. I like West Coast basketball players from a skill level standpoint, but I don't think the competition level on the youth at the high school level is the same as it is on either on the East Coast, Chicago, and hell, even Houston or Atlanta for that matter. I think a lot of those West Coast products get overrated, man. And I just, everybody plays AAU now, so everybody sees everybody across the country, man. But on a night in, night out basis, I don't think he's playing the type of, like, if he was in the crib, I don't know if he's probably a top 10 player in the city right now. Chicago.
Bro, you do realize that the West Coast style of basketball, the LaMelo style of basketball, is the thing that everybody is chasing. You do
That's
realize
the future.
that, right?
That's the LaMelo, the way he plays is the future. The way Lonzo plays is the future. That run and gun, high risk, run and dunk, alley-oop, deep threes. That's the future of the game. So I mean, Bronny's. I mean, again, he's not the best in the world. He's not top 10.
But he's 17.
But he's still young. He's top 20. You know, and we say all that to say it's not that he's gonna be some bust or something like that. You know, he has to develop a jump shot, I imagine, just because he's still young. You know, he's still wet behind his ears. You know what I mean? He thinking about prom. So, you know, we can't expect him to be ready to go up against.
I don't know if y'all seen Bronny play lately, bro. Bronny is a beast, bro. He's a savage, bro.
Like, he definitely got bigger, and he dunking with ease. He looks strong.
It's a lot of kids his size dunking with ease across the country, man. They just daddy.
Right.
I just, you know, I'm not saying
I think it's all hype, huh?
I think he's a Division I basketball player, but I don't, you know, there's a large leap from Division I basketball player to effective NBA player. You know what I mean? How many years? 800, 900 guys playing Division I basketball, and only, you know, 30 of them get the call every June. So you know that. What I got to look at what I see. Just because the last name is James doesn't just automatically say, okay, we're gonna bump him up a level just because his last name is James. We have to scout what we see. And as of right now, he's an undersized wing.
You don't think that he's gonna go number one? You don't think he's gonna go number one? You don't think he's going number one?
In the draft?
Do you think he's going number one?
No.
Oh my God!
In his, he's what? He's a junior. Is he a junior?
Okay, yeah, he's a junior.
He's a junior high school. No, I mean, isn't Mikey Williams still alive? Did he die? I think they're in the same class. Mikey Williams a bank Bronny, man. Like, so no, not a number one. Like I said, I'm not bagging on a kid. I don't like bagging on kids under the age of 18. It's not fair sometimes. But when you have to look at a kid at 17 years old and say, okay, you know, what is he going to be? You have to go on what you're seeing on the court. And what I'm seeing on the court is a marginal Division I basketball player, which is that's not a horrible thing to be. There's a lot of kids playing D2 that would love to be in that situation. But to say we're talking about a top 3 NBA draft pick, hell no.
I seen them say the same. I seen them say the same thing about LaMelo. They were saying that he too skinny, all of this other type of stuff, that he wouldn't be able to compete. I'm telling you, in 2.5 years, when this dude is going to be in the draft, it's going to be a completely different conversation and a completely different tune. Aven, I don't want to see you making the pick to draft Greg Oden over Kevin Durant.
No. But no, I think it's the thing with Zach. What's the oldest Wade kid? Is that Zaire?
Not the one that hold their hand like this, right?
No, not that one.
You talking about the G League?
A long time ago.
The G Leaguer?
I'm talking the one that's playing in the G League right now, man. Like,
I know who you're talking about.
That's clearly a situation where Daddy has helped you out. He wasn't offered a single Division I scholarship, man. Not one Division I basketball coach decided that Wade's oldest kid.
He is not Bronny, bro. He's not Bronny.
I'm not saying he is, but what I think he's in the G League right now. Think about that. There's guys who put 4 or 5 years in college and put up real numbers that are struggling to get G League jobs, and this guy's sitting on some end of somebody.
But see the difference is that there's a difference between college and NBA. I think that college, you can't just go by the numbers alone with college. The transition into the NBA. Listen, I done seen guys throughout the years that put out phenomenal college numbers. Draymond Green, according to what he looked like in college, is not supposed to be as effective as he is in the NBA, right? I mean, it's honestly, when we start to get off the paper, it's an eye test, it's a fit test, it's just a certain, like when you a basketball player, bro, or when you watch basketball player, you just know. Like you can just see somebody and you be like, yeah, they different. You know what I'm saying? I know what they doing on a college court, but that dude is different. When I look at Bronny and I look at his aggression and the way that he move and all of that, one of the things that I was looking at, when I look at what I look for just instinctively when I'm watching these games or whatever, when I go to these games, is I can tell the players who are timid and scared to put up a shot, and ones that just feel like, listen, I don't care how many times I'm shooting, shoot, and the next one is going in. The next one is going. It's just a different type of thing that you look for when you spot and identify somebody that's going to be successful in the league and some people that's not. And it's just some people that it just don't matter what their skill set is. Some people got it and some people don't. And so that's, I think, listen, anybody can, it's the reason why they still send scouts out to the games is because watching them and seeing how they move and all of that is different, bro. It's just a completely different mentality.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen great college players go to the league and be nothing, and you've seen nothing college players go to the league and be great. You know what I mean? Like, it's great. You look at Joe Smith.
I'm not using college as a measure of his ceiling. What I'm saying is where his ability would lend him to be in the current moment. You know what I mean? That's why I'm not underrating him, but I'm not allowing his celebrity father for me to overrate him. I don't think he's a bad basketball player. I just don't know if he's a top level NBA prospect yet. You know what I mean? Like, there
was LaMelo a top rated NBA prospect when he was a junior in high school?
No, absolutely not. What I'm saying is you have to evaluate them in the moment, though. You can't. If you were to ask me what LaMelo was, what his ceiling would be his junior year, I'd have a different answer for you because he was 5'11" his junior year. You know what I mean? Like, if he never has that growth spurt, he's maybe a seventh man off the bench in the league right now. Instead, he's a top level, league guard in the NBA because he has that rare ball handling ability and a rare frame at 6'7". If he's 5'11", we're not talking about him right now, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that Bronny cannot play with his father. I'm not saying that it's not a guaranteed thing at this point. I can't just league him right now based off what I've seen.
Okay.
It's gonna happen, okay? Let me tell you right now, it's gonna happen. Bronny and LeBron are gonna be in the NBA at the same time. Now, is it gonna be maybe promotional on Bronny's end because he done got picked up off the G League by Sacramento, and Lakers playing Sacramento, and they want to get him out there for the photo op? That might happen, but Zaire Wade, he was a 3-star recruit. Bronny is a borderline, pretty much 5-star recruit. Zaire was like ranked, in the low, almost 300 at his position. Bronny's ranked top 20. So, I definitely understand, not giving Bronny too much credit because he's LeBron's son. But, we could just use Dwayne Wade as a comparison. His son isn't getting any special treatment right now. And so, you definitely have to prove it. There's plenty of NBA players who have children in the league, and I'm sure not all of them are getting special treatment. And so I think that if Bronny can maybe grow another inch, get to be maybe 6'5", 6'6", that's going to make him a big guard, big athletic. If he can develop a reliable jump shot and then showcase that maybe in college, they already plan on him going to Duke. Well, if he can go to Duke and make any kind of impression, I feel like he'll be, he'll be top easy.
All right, we're going to Cal. That's the final point on that one. Let's switch it up with the teams real quick. Let's talk about the Bulls again briefly.
Jesus.
I know they played the Nuggets, and the score was 114 to 108. I know they lost the game that I thought they should have won. Really had a lead, and they blew that lead. I still think the Bulls are missing that big man. I'm not convinced that even with the injuries that they're going to get any much better. But in order for them to go deep, I do think they need to make some type of adjustment. Need to sign another big body.
They're going to be the greatest.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it because I'm Detroit Pistons.
We looking good. Listen. Our upside is much
Anton,
bigger than your upside, bro.
Anton, what is it going to take for you to be like, the Bulls might be, you know what I'm saying? Let me go and get off the Bulls back. What kind of win is it going to take? Who do they have?
Oh, it's not a win. No. Listen, it's some things that I love about the Bulls. My favorite, and I've been saying this since the beginning of the season, my favorite person on the Bulls right now is the Ball brother. The Ball brother, bro. I mean, he looks incredible. He looks like the perfect point guard for the league today. Alonzo is the man. I think that is the best thing that you got going for you. I think that you have a fraud team. I think that we all know exactly what DeMar DeRozan is going to be and do long term. He is not going to be a playoff threat at all. He's going to shrink in a moment when he got to go up against a 7-game series against somebody like a Kevin Durant, and it's going to be lights out for that team. First or second round at best. First round, I'm predicting first round because I don't think if they don't get a top seed, they are going to be in trouble. If they are anywhere in the fifth seed area, they are in trouble. They have to get first, second, or third seed in the league to even make it to the second round, and then it's lights out either way. So I don't think that they have the right chemistry or the right makeup. I don't think that DeMar DeRozan is the man. I don't think that they have the veteran presence. In order to be able to win on any team, you have to have some sort of veteran presence in that locker room in order to continue to guide your team in order to be successful. And I think that they're going to get exposed in the middle. The middle is their weakest spot, and they have nothing. There is nobody to trade for. There is nobody that's coming there. They don't have the cap space to be able to accommodate something like that. They are in trouble. They are going to be a phenomenal regular season team and a big disappointment, and they have no upside long-term except for with Lonzo Ball. That's the truth. That is the truth, bro.
It sounds like a true Detroit fan, doesn't it?
I might as well be in Detroit, man. Might as well be there, man. Here's the difference that I saw with this current Bulls team that you haven't seen this since the days of Mike. You go to the West Coast trip, that everybody so when they make that November West Coast trip, they never do well on that trip. I think this is the first time they beat the Nuggets in like 16 years. You went 3-2 on the trip. You beat both Lakers teams in their crib, and then you beat a team like the Nuggets who has real championship aspirations, man. You jagged off one game at Portland because you lost your focus, and you ran up against Steph, and Steph is just in his bag. Steph might be. I'm ready to have the conversation about best player in the NBA with Steph and Durant and Giannis. I'm ready to have it, bro.
I'm sorry. What'd you say again? Say one more time.
I'm ready to have a conversation about best player in the world with Steph, because the way he's playing right now is just.
I thought you was about to say something about the Bulls being something about the best.
But I said
that doesn't resonate.
That was the only team on that trip that
triggered Anton immediately.
That dominated the Bulls. The 5 West Coast road trip teams they played, and the Warriors were the only team that slowed them down, let alone beat them.
Phenomenal regular season team. Great for selling tickets.
Hold on. Can we slow down? Wait, we need to slow down. The Bulls just last year and the year before that were maybe one of the worst teams in the league, one of the most embarrassing front offices in the league, maybe of all the Chicago teams. And now we're trying to, we're almost comparing them to some of the best teams in the league. And so I think that, we need to, or at least they deserve some kind of recognition on them being on the uptick.
Which I gave them.
Deep playoff team. They might beat Miami in the playoffs or something like that.
The people that you are attributing this to aren't there anymore. The players that were the worst team in the league in there aren't there anymore. The turnover on this team was almost 90%. I think they only brought 2 players back. There's a whole new staff working from the front office down, man. It's not even the same organization of players anymore. Again,
we should be trying to give Zach LaVine
a year ago, man.
We should be trying to give Zach LaVine his flowers then. If that's the case, this man came out still looking silky. And I think that the Bulls, he didn't help maintain a certain culture with the Bulls that have them looking amazing. Top 5, maybe not top 5, top 6 in the East.
I was about to say, y'all losing it now. I was about to jump all the way off the bridge.
But it's
So
something. Go ahead.
Let me ask y'all a question. So if y'all are the GM of the Bulls, and I'm not talking about no superstar, what piece do you think would help them? I mean, I know y'all were saying a big man,
addition by subtraction, getting rid of DeMar DeRozan,
like a Enes Kanter.
No, not that. No.
Who's available?
The greatest clout chaser in the league.
Who's available right now?
You're gonna have to get somebody on a buyout. You're not trading for anybody. So we're looking into some buyout options. I know the name Tristan Thompson came up. Boucher from Toronto. Like you need a guy like you need
Marc Gasol's out there too.
A rim runner and a rim protector. That's it. That's all you do. You rebound, you run to the rim, you protect the rim. You need your Taj Gibson. You need that dude. Thaddeus Young, for God's sakes. Free Thaddeus Young for San Antonio. I ain't doing nothing with him.
Yeah, he's not doing nothing. He just died, yo. Like
the Bulls should go try to get DeAndre Jordan. He's not.
Talk about a geriatric piece. Jesus.
I mean, you gotta get somebody. It's gonna be geriatrics no matter what.
You need young legs. That team gets up and down the court. You need somebody who still has spring in their step, who can, get your tip in dunks, block some shots, rebound. That dude. You need a junkyard dog, man. You need that glue guy, man.
But that dude ain't available. That dude ain't out there.
They need a veteran presence in a locker room.
That we can't trade. If we're saying that we can't trade because of our assets, and then the Bulls can't, they don't have that guy on the team to develop, well, then you're going to end up with a geriatric dude. The dude who's going to remember, your JaVale McGee is not available.
That's what they need, a JaVale McGee. You are right.
That guy, but he's not out there, so you got to make do with what you got. So you're going to have to sacrifice something. If you want a dunker and a rebounder, well, you may not get that guy who can also get up and down the floor quick. You may have to, and if you want a guy who can, rim run, well, he's probably not a good free throw shooter. Or he's probably, there's some other sacrifice that you're giving up. So we have to, you got to consider who the actual guys are. It'd be great to have a JaVale McGee, DeAndre Ayton on the cheap, 31 years old type guy.
He doesn't even have to be.
That guy don't exist.
He doesn't even have to be 6'11", 7 foot, purely center. He could even be a 3-4 combo guy, somebody who plays the 4 sometimes, but could slide to the 3 a little bit when you want to go a little bigger. Like that he is a young guy, the 3-4 combo. Just the guy they wanted Patrick Williams to be, basically somebody who's 6'8", 6'9", protect the rim, rebound, give you a little something extra on offense, man. But they're gonna have to do their homework. This is where good GMs become great GMs. So.
All right, I want to switch it up a little bit. Let's get the final thoughts on the NBA. Have you guys changed as far as who won the championship? Still saying the same things from last week.
Yep, I am.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm locked in.
Hold on, what did y'all say? Who did y'all say?
I said Golden State.
I said the Bucks 2 weeks ago. I still believe in Milwaukee.
Golden
Giannis
State
is
Bucks
on an absolute tear right now. So until
I'm glad you brought that up. Did you see the way that man treated Anthony Davis?
Who are you talking about?
The freak, man. It was just every time he saw Anthony Davis in front of him, he immediately played downhill and put that man in the basket. It was like, freak cheese. Anthony Davis is in front of me. Let me go ahead and get these 2 points. Like that's my thing about Anthony Davis. He's a fantastic.
Always whining all the time.
Lord have mercy.
Anthony Davis is not fully in shape. Also,
yeah, Lord, and if that's supposed to be a top 5 player in the world. If
he is a top 5 player in the
world, in an open court, and they first thought is attack. You're not.
So then, is he overrated?
Man.
No, we're not gonna go that far. We're not gonna go that far. No way, no how.
Dogging that young man.
God, he's not overrated.
We're gonna see how long it takes for him to get in shape, dog. If we hit after All-Star break, and Anton is talking about, man, he's just not in shape. We're gonna see how long it takes for him, because he looking like he's struggling out there, man.
The problem ain't his legs. The problem is he don't lift no damn weights. He's too small, man.
Y'all don't say that about Kevin Durant.
But Kevin Durant is a wing player. They've been asking Anthony Davis to give them minutes at the 4 and the 5, man. Like
I'm saying, yeah. I mean, I think.
you
Listen, I
can't
think
be
Anthony Davis got some work to do.
doing that, man.
I think he got some work to do, but I think that y'all being a little bit too hard considering that it's really early in the season, and
Man, I
the
think
season don't even start until after Christmas.
I still think there's something wrong with AD's spirit, man. I mean, even when the Lakers brought him over there, I was kind of iffy.
He just got married. Y'all got to give him a couple minutes, bro.
I mean, but this is even before marriage. This is even before marriage. It just seemed like
he got some chick in his ear talking about how cute he is.
Like how he just shut down with his previous team, and then they coming over there. It's like he's doing the same thing right now. It's like
well, he's always been anointed, so he hasn't never had to really earn anything. So,
okay. Nah, that's very true. I mean, he's just a skilled player, but yeah, he's never. It doesn't seem like he's had to put in that work. He's always got over with the skills he had.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Cal. I know you're gonna say something. Cut you off.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna kind of echo what you said about Anthony Davis and his spirit and just his attitude or his aura. I mean, it was even weird when Alex Caruso and the Bulls were playing the Lakers and he was kind of giving Alex Caruso a little cold shoulder action. Like that was even weird to see him act like that because it's not obvious that them two got beef, but you would think like, okay, Anthony Davis, like he going through something. You know what I mean? He seems a bit sluggish. He looking a little out of shape. He's looking like he ready to get into it with people. I mean, he's been getting into it in one way or another with either a teammate or an official or just in general with just media interaction since the season started. So, and I think he's kind of on a free agent year too, right? He could leave the Lakers after this year if he so choose. So I think that, and he was talking about how miserable he was before he got to LA. So I think the championship might have helped, maybe alleviate some of that. But overall, there's something going on in regards to him just not being a happy person or being frustrated. He's dealt with a lot of injuries. So I imagine that's kind of, that kind of gets to you after a little bit. So, plus he want to be considered a leader. We come in, week in and week out questioning Anthony Davis's leadership. And I'm sure we're not the only ones who noticed that. I'm sure in LA, they're probably, tearing him up after every loss. So, and I'm sure he hears that kind of thing. So, I think that there's something else. Some of that's mental, in regards to his struggles. Of course, he may not be in shape, but he's not in shape mentally, first of all.
I want to ask y'all a question, and I'm going to start with Cal and Avon real quick. I know, Cal, you said that after this season he can leave, right? Do you think the Bulls should take him? And if so,
absolutely.
Who should they give him up with? For?
Well, see, now that is tough. I would probably give up. I'd probably give up a big man and maybe a pick for maybe a future pick, not the 2022-2023 season pick, but the 2023-2024 pick. Maybe not a first round pick, but a pick. I give up a guy and a pick for Anthony Davis if I needed to. And
now we talked about the spirit now. So I mean, think about what you're bringing over, right? You're bringing over somebody that you think should perform, should go out and play, without complaining. So you're also bringing that aspect over as well.
Well, you're hoping that, him coming home, he's going to now feel obligated to raise himself into a more leadership position. I don't know how you get there. I really don't. But I do believe that him coming to the Bulls and the Bulls having talent, I don't even think the Bulls can really afford Anthony Davis like that. Even if they do give up a guy, or they'll be like super cap strapped, even if they did that. But I think that I would definitely take a run at Anthony Davis. Maybe not a 5-year deal, but or like some super long-term contract. But I would definitely try to give him 3 to 4 solid years, see where that goes. And I don't know if I would commit my whole franchise around him for the end of his career, but I would definitely try to keep him. If I can get him, Zach LaVine, and DeMar DeRozan on the same team at the same time, and Lonzo at the same team at the same time, I would take that roster for sure. Alex Caruso, if I could just
DeRozan's out of there,
get rid of some other guys, I would do that for sure. Yes.
Hey, I'm not sure how accurate this is, but they said he locked in.
I was just gonna say that he's locked in, man. You have to trade for him. That means you have an asset going out the door. That's not the guy you want. The guy you want is in Denver. The guy you want is in Denver.
Jokic.
Y'all not getting either one of those
Listen,
players
You
ever.
forget who the GM of the Bulls is, man. The guy who's
Y'all
the
not
GM of the
ever
Bulls.
getting either one of those players. Ain't neither
think-
one of them franchises giving up an Anthony Davis or Jokic at all. Not
Okay.
one either.
If you're Jokic,
Y'all would be listen. If you had the opportunity to get Anthony Davis, you give them what they want.
no,
He is a one. No, yes, bro. With all of the attitude and all of that, he is a once in a generation player.
They're not going to give him up.
I agree, and it's a reason why they're not going to give him up because he's a once in a generation player. I think that Kyle is severely underrating Anthony Davis in every way, in shape and form. There is not a person on the roster on the Bulls that's even remotely close to Anthony Davis as far as skill set or greatness. Not even a little bit. Not for the next 5 years, not for the next 7 years.
No, we don't want
say
to
that
be
name.
posted about poor singers. No, I'm not. No,
I was gonna, yo,
keep it away
yo,
from my team.
this, you know who y'all could get right now, real cheap. He's on the Knicks. I think he would fit into your system. He's a big man. He run the floor, and right now he's on the Knicks, and he's underappreciated, yo. Obi Toppin, yo.
Yeah, that's the prototypical guy that you need. You need a younger rim runner guy. He doesn't need the ball. He plays off the ball. He protects the rim. He rebounds, and he plays the pick and roll. He finishes at the basket pick. That's all you need him to do. Obi Toppin, but he's not going anywhere. What you gonna get him? Kobe White? He burned up, man. You're gonna have to send him back to the G League. Let him figure that out.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know why everybody thought Kobe White was some little like ace of spades.
Kobe White is good, bro. You sleeping on Kobe, bro.
Have you seen him play since he came?
he's just got back. You got to let him get their bearings under him, bro. Y'all hard on y'all people, bro.
Man, look, I mean, it's a hard league. It's a hard league. It's a young man. It's a young man from the south side of Chicago taking all his minutes right now. And if the Bulls gonna figure, and now he hitting the three, the Super hitting the three now, bro. Yeah, Kobe, you going about your business. Figure out your career in Sacramento.
What you say, like he taller, play defense, huh?
Y'all worse than the fans in New York.
Hey man, we see what we see, man. We watch the games right now.
Y'all worse than the fans in New York, bro.
You look lost, man.
Hey, I'm gonna just say this lastly about the Bulls, and then we're gonna move on. But to me, when I watch them, when they move the ball, they're a better team. When they started to play this one-on-one, this zigzag turn, then it's like the Wise turn. It just seemed like they just going down, no ball movement. And when they having an off night and they doing that, it doesn't benefit the team. And that's exactly what I think happened in that Blazer game. And then all you see Zach do is like damn, like dude, you just kept shooting, you missing, you kept driving, you missing, you was just off. You guys saw nothing about it, huh?
Nah, that's the difference, man.
I feel like as long as they hit them shots, it's one of those things where I hold my breath every time the ball goes to DeMar DeRozan. I be holding my breath for some reason.
I hold my breath with that, man.
Is he gonna shoot it? What is he gonna do?
Like the
but when he hit it,
but when he hits it, I'd be so happy. So I can kind of live. I can live by that so far. It hasn't proven to be detrimental like that. So.
It's time for Zach to step up and tell DeMar to start playing Robin to his Batman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I don't know.
It's time.
Sometimes when Zach is off, he just steady keep shooting. I mean, I get it, he's a shooter, but when you off and somebody has the opportunity for a better shot, they need to pass that ball.
I think he did a better
shooter
job.
Shoot, JR. Shooter shoot.
But I think he did
that's
a
what
better
Kobe.
job.
They used to have the same complaints about Kobe.
Yeah.
But shooter shoot.
And J.R. Smith, man, when he was
tackle
on the
more.
Knicks, he'd be like, no, yeah. You know what I'm saying? JR, you was like, no, yeah. You hit it, stupid shot, splash. You know what I mean? That's how DeMar is. That's how Zach LaVine.
Down at the HBC. I'm proud of J.R. Smith. The man went back to college. He playing golf, man. I'm proud of that young man.
Man, don't get me started on J.R. Smith.
All right, before we go to football, man, we definitely had a fight last night. Let me acknowledge you guys. Thanks for the super chats. Also hit that like button. Also make sure you subscribe to the channel. But we did have a fight yesterday. Terence Crawford defeats Sean Porter 10th round TKO. And this is what it kind of looked like. And you guys can see what they have.
Sean Porter was getting his face beat off all
right on
night
the brain,
long.
right there.
Yeah.
I woke up and seen some of the
Sean Porter
highlights
got a
this
lot of
morning,
nerve.
but he was getting
They both had a lot of
beat
nerve
down,
making
bro.
that fight.
What was that, Cal?
I was just saying, Sean Porter got a lot of nerve even making this fight, or Crawford and Porter got a lot of nerve even making this fight. You know, I mean, I think Sean Porter retired right after. So, you know, was this just a payday for him? You know, and this was just another win to put under Crawford belt to keep him relevant. You know, I just think that at the end, I didn't see the fight. I kind of caught, you know, some of the pictures, the highlights, and some of the follow up. But I just felt, and I heard his dad's comments, Sean Porter's dad's comments afterwards, and I was just like, man, this fight was not what people wanted to see. It really wasn't something that was going to move boxing forward. You know what I mean? So it's not necessarily a conversation starter. It's like, yeah, Crawford beat Porter. Like, okay, yeah, obviously we know what's going on with Crawford and Harold Spence. You know what I mean? When's that fight going to happen? And why do we keep waiting? And or you know, what's the delay there? So I know that we were talking about boxing before and how, you know, they don't put the matches together like they need to. And I feel like this is exactly a perfect example of a match nobody wanted, no one asking for. Porter got paid. He after the fight smiling and he happy just to get his check. And just was real disappointed in the whole situation, you know?
Yeah, when we finally get the fights we want, yo, they 39 years old. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they do be washed up at that point. I'll give you all that.
Yeah. Okay.
I was just talking about that last night, matter of fact, because you remember when what's your boy that just got beat by Wilder? You know, we wanted the Wilder Joshua, you know, at that time, and they didn't make it happen. And by the time it can happen, Wilder done got dropped a couple times. You know, Joshua got dropped by Ruiz, you know, some fat dude. So it's like you don't even want to see the fight no more. When we wanted to see it, they didn't make it happen. You know, so they missed that. I don't care anymore. You know what I mean?
Bruh.
And that's what the UFC never does. When the UFC fans and Dana White and them, they want a fight to happen. I don't necessarily know how the camps work, how the promoters work in UFC, or if there even is one, or if there's just a governing body and they just kind of say, hey, this is what we want to do. But even the fights, you know, the fighters agree to terms more often and faster.
Yeah, that's because they don't
boxers
control.
do.
They don't control it. They don't have separate promotional teams. They're not signed to HBO or Showtime Boxing and all of this other type of stuff. Y'all the ones that said that y'all wanted the players and the boxers and all of the athletes to have more control. Well, this is what you get.
Yeah,
Dana White run that over there.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing with UFC. They don't play that. Like, you're great. You're great. Somebody gonna die tonight. Let's make this happen. You know what I mean? Like, they don't drag it out at all. You know what I mean?
But when it comes to the conversation of is UFC and MMA going to overtake boxing one day, you know, boxing is an international sport, and in the Latin countries, boxing is probably still one right up there with soccer. But in America, MMA might overtake boxing just for the simple fact that stars can be made faster in UFC. You know, you can make a household name out of UFC way faster than you can in America.
A lot faster though, too, don't they? Though.
Yeah. I was just about to say that they go up fast and they fall just as quick. One brain shot, yo, your career over. You know what I'm saying? You look at
they will never ever
Ronda Rousey, dog.
Kyle want this to happen. Kyle
wait.
Kyle is trying to will this into existence. It is not going to happen, bro. You are never going to have UFC overtaking boxing, bro.
You think that a boxer? No, I don't. I want boxing. I want the matches that we want to see in boxing because I actually enjoy boxing more. I'm not really a big UFC fan, especially in the original days when people was getting a head elbowed in and, you know, people getting the back of their head heel stomped in and all that. I'm not built for that. You know, I like boxing. So I want boxing to succeed and keep going the way it's going. I just don't think it will because when you hear just about just national sports coverage, I think the UFC gets more, you know, viewership in America than boxing does. And when it comes to making a star and then them falling down, I really think that boxing when it comes to national mainstream coverage, a boxer has, a very small window of popularity versus a UFC fighter. They could come back a couple times and look. Colby Covington, I know who Colby Covington is. I can't name you not one American, boxer outside of the heavyweight division, really. So, but we know about UFC guys who lose. You know what I mean? We know them at least by name and what they look like. And regardless of how much money they make and what their real lives are as athletes and influencers and whatnot, but we still know who they are. And I can't really say the same about boxing. And I think that trend is only going to continue because they don't make these fights. There's not a high profile boxing match in the headlines every 2.5, 3 weeks or once a month, something like that we all could really grab onto.
I got you. All right, if you guys just tuning in, make sure you hit that like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let's talk about some football, and then we'll open up the lines midway. So look out for that link to call in. I do want to go back to last week, and I think that's something that we didn't do last week, but we did have some predictions, and I kind of highlighted a few games. If you guys see another one, then we'll discuss that one. But let's just start with the highlighted ones first. We got the Panthers and the Cardinals played last week, 34-10. I know we talked about Cam returning that game, right? And it's kind of funny. It kind of reminded me of what the Bears was doing. He kind of came in a little bit and came out. I was hoping that he played a lot more. But what are you guys' thoughts about that game real quick?
I was shocked, man.
Yeah.
I totally did not have Carolina stomping them the way they did, man. Last week was weird like that, though. And the week before, it was just weird. Like,
that's the league now, man. I don't understand how anybody bets this league. You can have all the conviction and data in the world, and they will show up and lose by 30. Whoever you believe in that week, man. I don't know how you bet this league. I don't know how
you bet the over under. You don't mess with the spread. You do the over under.
I'm gonna bring up some other games because I think like the Chiefs and Raiders. I think you guys took Raiders, right?
I was real wrong about that one, bro.
Yeah.
I took the Chiefs.
Yeah. I think as far as the Packers, I think we mostly all agree with that one, with Russell coming back for the first game. So I just didn't know that they would get shut out, but
I think we might be seeing the last days of Russ in Seattle, bro.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna see. I think he's just coming back. We got to give him a little bit of grace, right? Because last year he was killing. And then somebody said the Cowboys were gonna stump, and I think everybody was like, "Nah, like you think so?" I think that was you, Jay, right? Yeah, like you said, I think this. I wish I had the clip.
Yeah.
I should have read it, ran it back. You said I think the Cowboys are gonna stump. It's gonna be a
with
blowout.
vengeance.
Yeah, and Anton, I don't know if you can hear us, but I clearly remember you saying, "You think so?" Like you really think the Cowboys are gonna do that? And once I saw that score, I said, "Damn!" I said, "Jay hit it right on the money, man. I might have to holler at you on some bets." And then we got the Lions and Steelers. I was really surprised about this game right here.
Yo, that game was so ugly, man.
Hey, man.
From what I heard, it was a boring game.
I'm gonna give y'all the football. Listen, when y'all beat me on football and picks and all of that, I'll concede that all day long. Y'all are the experts when it comes to football. When it comes to this NBA talk, so I give you the whole Cowboys thing. Yeah, I concede and all of that, but yeah, I'm a lean on y'all when it comes to the football. I'm a casual fan. Y'all are avid followers, so I'm gonna let y'all have that one.
Yeah. So now that we got that out the way, unless somebody else wanted to tap in with the last week, we're gonna move to this week. Y'all good?
What's good?
I did want to,
man.
With the who?
Well, I was just gonna say, with Cam coming back in Carolina last week, I thought it was kind of corny, personally. He did score and he helped them win. I was expecting him to, play, and they kind of brought him in as just like a makeshift Tim Tebow red zone threat, which is cool. He's back out there. He energized the crowd, energized the organization. I just thought it was kind of corny how they did.
You gotta give him Yeah, you got to give him a week to learn the playbook, man. You can't throw a quarterback out there on like a week out of a couple. I mean, when did they sign him? Like 3 days, 4 days before the game? He can't learn the playbook that fast, man. There's nothing else they can really do with him at that point.
Yeah, they bought him in like Taysom Hill, yo.
Yeah, I was like, man, that's how they
I
do it,
had him
Cam. I mean,
pulling
and
open
again, and him scoring was cool. Like, it was good to see, him out there. Yeah, I feel like the NFL is more fun when Cam Newton is out there playing. But I just thought it was like, wow, okay, that's what they got for him. He's gonna be a college, wildcat type. So they about to bring that back for Cam. So maybe this week he'll play a lot more often, or I don't know, it'd be a lot more of the same. But I feel like he's just there to keep butts in the seats and keep eyes on the games on television. I know that I think Christian McCaffrey's back, so I know that they're happy about that. So but it just was weird to see. It seemed like they just brought him back strictly because this is a business after all, that we need Cam because we want the fans to tune in, and it just was real obvious and weird to me.
I think this week can tell the tale. I mean, if he comes out and he's a starter, he's got a full playbook. We'll see this week what it is and what he is. Because what are you gonna do? You're gonna get a ball to Christian McCaffrey 50 times. You're gonna have to throw the ball at some point. So we'll see. We'll see, man. I told you I'm not a believer in this. I think that it hurt more than it helped. Actually, you actually got a young little quarterback there that's actually, he played most of the game. He didn't look bad. Why would you go in there and stunt the growth of a young grown quarterback with this dude who walk around with the shadow the size of a building there and say, "Hey, son, here's this legend, and here's your backup now. He'll be teaching you things." Like I don't know. I feel like that was a bad chemistry move, if anything.
Now they're going up against Washington today, so they might be struggling. Ron Rivera might have something for Cam, and we may all be talking about Cam need to go and have another seat after today. So it's hard to predict how this one's going to go, just because Ron Rivera knows all of Cam's weaknesses. You would imagine he knows all of Cam's weaknesses, and he's going to know what kind of blitzes to throw at him and what kind of packages and whatnot. So who knows how today's going to play out.
Yeah, Cal, it's a nice transition. Let's get into today. I'm going to bring up the schedules for today, and let's just try to see if we can come through some picks. I do have a link in the chat, so refresh your browsers. I also put it in the description. So just look at that link. You guys can call in and chime in on what's going on. And if you want to talk about something else in relation to sports, then let's go. So that's why I bring up some of these games. I want to ask about I'm from Chicago, so I got to talk about the Bears. Do the Bears have a chance? I don't think they have a chance, right? I mean, I think they're just too far in the losing column.
Lamar is 50-50 wherever he's going to play. Meaning 50-50, he's going to play. Even if he's at 50%, he's going to play. And they're going to run that ball. They're not going to stop the run. Mac ain't playing. Hicks ain't playing.
Yeah, Mac out for the season.
Jackson will continue not to play. But, it don't look good, man. It don't look good at all.
So you guys think that they should have just kept Fields sitting down this year?
Oh, no, you got to play him.
Okay.
You got to play him. I just think he's being mismanaged right now. You got a guy who clearly does not know how to run an NFL offense. He's not run one since he's got here. Right. And you trusting this guy to develop a generational talent quarterback? No. But he got to play. He's got to play. I mean, you throw Andy Dalton, a big Nick out there, they'll kill them, and then you'll be right back to square one anyway. So.
Yeah. What you guys think about this Colts and Bills game?
I think the Colts are going to win, man. I don't know. The Bills just haven't been the Bills lately, man. Like, I thought this season, the Bills would – I mean, they still have a winning record, you know what I mean? But they haven't looked like the regular Bills. Like, they've been kind of like squeezing out wins. But the Colts, I don't know, man. They just tough. Like, you can't really predict them. You know what I mean? A lot of games that I expected them to lose, they pull it out somehow. I got the Colts for this one.
I think Buffalo about to come out. This is going to be a nice little get-right game. Carson Wentz is going to throw at least 2 picks today. I'm going to tell you that right now. Carson Picks is going to throw him some interceptions today. And I think the Bills, they're like one of the highest scoring offenses in the league. or something like that too. So I mean, they definitely haven't been, they've been off their square a little bit, but I think that's why today is going to be a get right game. I am not a believer in the Colts or Carson Wentz specifically at all. And I think
What'd you
that
call him?
Carson Picks. That's what I call him. And so I just think I'm just not I'm not a believer in him at all. So I feel like dating back to even when he was in Philadelphia, he's just missing, I don't know if it's just bad luck. He's one of them quarterbacks that strike me as always having bad luck, like the Jay Cutler type situation where he looks good and then he gets out there and it's always some weird way that they lost. It's real ugly. And so, if I was a betting man, I would be betting on Buffalo all the way. I think that they got the highest point differential through 10 games. Just that right there, I think the Bills probably going to win, and more than a touchdown, probably like 10, at least 10 points.
All right, what y'all got with these Packers and Vikings? Think the Packers going to just pull this one off again today?
Yeah, I got the Packers. And I'm curious to see how Dylan looked at the running back. He looked real good last week. So yeah, I got the Packers on this one.
Okay.
I'm curious to see.
Yeah,
how to run it back.
Hesitant a little bit. Hesitant.
I always go with the superior quarterback. They got superior quarterback, man.
Okay. All right, let's see. We got a couple games over here. What you guys think about these Cowboys, man? The Cowboys and the Chiefs. It's gonna be a good one right here.
Raiders don't let this man get healthy, man. Pat Mahomes might look like he might have figured it out. I think I saw their offense adjust. They're not looking for all of the fly and post routes in the world. They had to start taking what defense was giving, run your curls, run your outs, just march on down the field, man. But I think the Cowboys will win this game. I think they got better momentum. I think they run the ball a lot better. That Chiefs defense, man, that's going to be their downfall, man. Mahomes will figure this out. They ain't figuring out that defense, man.
Well, the Chiefs defense is playing pretty phenomenally right now, though, bro.
Yeah.
And they playing at Kansas City. I'll take the Chiefs.
We got any more predictions?
Yeah,
I think it's going to be a shootout. That Cowboys-Chiefs game, I think it's going to be a big shootout.
I think so.
Yeah,
hey,
because
Hank, I about to bring you on, Hank. Hank, about to bring you on, brother.
Okay.
That's perfect, man.
He said, "Let me get that beard right."
Yeah, you got to, baby. Keep it right, keep it tight, baby.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Cal. Sorry, man.
Oh, no, I'm just saying it's going to be a shootout today. I don't think it's going to be a low-scoring game at all. I imagine it's going to be cold out there in Kansas City, but, I think that even though Micah Parsons and them are going to get after Pat Mahomes and he's going to give up a few sacks just because it seems like that's the way Pat Mahomes been going this year, taking a lot of hits. But I think it's going to be a lot of big plays, a lot of 1-2 play drives that have big 50-yard plays and things like that. I think it's going to be one of them kind of games. So it's going to be hard to really say. I got the Chiefs. I don't want to count, the Chiefs out. They just have too many weapons. And I think that the Dallas defense, the Dallas offense may find some struggle, late in the game that, the Chiefs are going to be able to beat them out on. I think the last 5 minutes is going to be where the difference comes. And I'm going with the Chiefs here at the end.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Chiefs pull it out, but it is going to be a shootout. But yeah, I think Chiefs pull it out.
What's going on, Hank, brother? Welcome to the show, man. What you got for us?
Man, what's going on, guys? How y'all doing this Sunday morning, baby?
Blessed.
Doing good.
I know that's right. Man, hey, I don't know, man. We might pull off the upset today, man. Lamar's not playing. In case y'all gambling bettors didn't know, Lamar's not playing. So,
oh man, they got to get this one in.
Hey, we might sneak in there and get one. I'm in a little pickup game, man. And so I switched my pick. I went with Baltimore at first, but I went with my heart. Now Lamar, now I think we got a chance. So we'll see. We'll see.
How to throw the ball. That's all you got to do now. Just stack that box, take that run away, and make that young man throw that ball down the field.
I know that's right. Put a little pressure on somewhere. They say we got Mac's brother now. I don't know how effective he is, but we'll see. We'll see.
Just don't
But
get no stupid penalties.
man, what you said. Hey,
Right.
I watched that fight again. I watched it last night, man, that Crawford Porter fight, man. And then I watched it again today just to really hear what the commentators are saying. Man, I mean, I hope we get that fight we looking for, though, man. You know what I'm saying, Anton? I hope we get that fight. I see my buddy was in the crowd
You're
watching.
not gonna get it, bro.
Damn.
It's not gonna happen.
Don't say that,
Bob
man.
Arum,
Nope.
Don't
I
say
think
it,
Bob
man.
Arum already came out and was like, because they were asking him in the post fight. They're like, when we gonna get that, that Harold Spence? And Bob Arum was like, it's not gonna happen. Here's some other fighters that we may go after. And so he shot that down immediately.
Man.
So
It's not gonna happen.
That's
That's what I
It's
said.
Man.
crazy.
And that's my whole hang up with the boxing, man. That's my whole hang up. We don't ever get the fights that we deserve to get for real. I mean, that was a nice fight last night. It was good. It was competitive, for 10 rounds.
No, there wasn't.
man.
He was fighting that man off
damn.
with his face. He was getting punished out there.
Hey, he was giving the business, man. But hey, Porter's a tough guy, though. I never heard of the cat, but he's a tough guy, man. I don't know. He stood there for as long as he could. I guess his dad saved him. He bailed him out. You know what I'm saying? Threw the towel in on him.
How would you have felt? How would you feel in that situation and they throw the towel in? Like, this is the top dog you fighting in that division and your pops throw the towel in, yo.
They already got the check. They didn't already cash the check before the fight started. They already got the check.
Yeah.
Okay,
Every
so
time
they knew.
But see, the reason I rewatched it this morning, man, because I heard his dad talking about it and heard what he said, and they asked him about that, and he talked about he just wasn't ready. He didn't. I guess while he was training, it didn't look like he trained well. He wasn't, he didn't receive the information he needed to receive. He just didn't look good in training.
I'm trying to figure out how do you not be ready though? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. Listen, this is your life. It's almost like a fat NBA player. Like, how are you fat? And this is like the only thing that you got to do to make sure that you take care of business for the rest of your life. How are you fat? I don't understand that junk, bro. Like, this is your life.
You remember Kareem Al-Amin when he was with the Bulls?
Man, bro. Lord have mercy.
That dude looked like a little bowling ball out there.
That was a fool.
Man, I don't understand that junk, bro.
He looked like Natron Means out there, man.
Hey, what's going on, Just Vic? Welcome to the show, brother.
What's good, brothers? How y'all feeling today?
Man,
chilling, fam. What's the word?
Big brother, we're good.
All right. You know, I always call in because I got to rock brother Anton real quick. So look. I want to get you on the record. You said the Bucks coming out the East, and you picking the Suns as your dark horse to come out the West.
No, I'm picking the Bucks and Golden State. But I'm saying that if I had to bet on a dark horse, then I would rock with the Suns.
That's your part too. Gotcha. All right, now I got to co-sign what you said about Bronny. I think if he just work on his finishing at the rim, because he's getting to the cup with ease. He's good, just leaving a lot of little bunnies up there just because he ain't polished it. But he's a junior. I mean, he done filled out into his body. He's 6'2", 175 right now. And the LeBron
he's
James
taller than 6'2".
He's 6'4". He's already 6'4". On paper. You know what I mean? That's what they're saying on paper.
Listen, at least. I remember when he couldn't quite bang like he wanted to. He's banging like Brian right now. He's doing a whole show for the game.
Let me tell you this. That class of 2023, man, that whole class of 2023, it's going to be nice, man. It's going to be real nice.
Man with one arm.
If y'all really watch the high school level, yeah, that's a show, man.
I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works in a NBA level, but
no, don't take that serious. He won't be no NBA though.
Oh no. Okay,
that's a nice story.
I give you that. I appreciate that. Hey, Anton, I gotta give you your props, man. You called it, man. You said, hey, don't go get the fake jab card. Don't do it.
I said it. Did I not? Did I not say it? Did I not say it, bro? Don't listen. Either don't get the jab or get the jab. Whatever you gonna do.
Yeah.
They are charging you federally for that junk if they catch you.
And
Hey, man, my Buccaneers suffering, man. My Buccaneers suffering because AB can't come back.
I did a whole dog. Think about it though. I did a JR. Did I not do a whole show about this guy, about how this dude is fumbling the bag, bro, and can't get right?
Yeah.
Can't get right, bro.
Yeah, he would have been at the top of the list of if you would have just took the name out of the story and said insert athlete here, he would have been at the top of the list for this foolishness.
I already seen that coming, bro.
A public service announcement for anybody within earshot of this show. If you're gonna commit federal crimes, don't text about it.
No, listen. Here's the thing, though. He got snitched on because he wouldn't pay his chef. His chef wouldn't pay. He wouldn't pay his chef. His chef, the one that blew the door off because his chick was going texting back and forth with the chef. Come on, man. That's too trash.
Gotta always pay the help. It's always the help.
How did the chef know? That's the problem. How did the chef know?
The chef the one put him on.
No. So this is what happened. Yeah, the chef was supposed to be getting him put on or whatever.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't paying the chef. The chef is out here struggling. You know, he on the struggle bus. So he owed the chef 10 bands. He owed the chef 10 bands. They still asking the chef to bring food and be ready when he get out of, you know what I'm saying, practice and all of that. His chick is the one that's texting back and forth with the chef. The chef is screenshotting everything. She like, yo, I give you $500 if you got the card, if you get the jab for us and all of this other type of junk. This dude out here living stupid, bro. Just dumb. He's fumbling the bag all the way around, bro.
That's some young shit though, man. That's some young shit right there.
Hey, Anton, look. I can't let you have all of that for free. I built you up, my brother, but I need something from you in exchange, all right?
All right, let me see what is it.
I need you to admit that Zach LaVine is like a creator. He's a creator player, man. He's freaking vibes, man. He's the 99 everything.
Damn.
You gotta give him his. Give him his.
No way. Zach LaVine?
Zach LaVine, bro.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you why Zach LaVine is doing well. Is because he has a great point guard, and DeMar DeRozan is a great regular season player. It's
Come on, Anton. There you go again.
Seriously, it's just like
he's playing good defense too. He does really well in the transition offense.
No, don't nobody play good defense. The only person that's playing good defense in the NBA is Rudy Gobert. That's it. That's the only person that's actually playing good defense. Everybody else is playing help defense. They even playing zones out here, bro. But the reality is that when you have other players that are delivering, it makes it easier for you to be able to do what you do. That's just the truth. If the teams can play a night in and night out on you being the only one that's going to be getting the ball every single time, and they know exactly what plays that you're doing, and everybody is doing like this when you're coming down the court, it's going to be a problem. But when you have other players when you have a person like Lonzo Ball, I'm telling y'all, I know y'all don't give him the credit that I'm the only person that's talking about Lonzo. Lonzo is the engine that's making that team go, bro. Seriously, he sets the tone. He is a big guard. He's very hard to get past from a defensive perspective, and he is the one that sets the tone early in the game. If you look at how it is that they come out the gate and how it is that they set the tone, Lonzo Ball is the one that is setting the tone for that team, bro. I'm telling you.
And I think it started when he got out from under his dad. Once he went to the Pelicans, got out from the umbrella.
He just grew into himself. He grew into his body. He just grew into himself.
I think that's when he really started to flourish, man. When he got out from under his father, man. Really, you know, let his wings spread and do his own thing.
That was just a natural
be his own man.
I don't think his father did a damn thing wrong. Actually, I think I rather envy your boy, man. I think how many of us can say we raised 3 NBA frontline players directly with a hands-on approach, man. I used to. I'm sorry, 3-0. So you know, I
think he's only got 2. I don't think that other ball's in the league, is it? Ain't he in the G League?
That's the last thing I wanted to say. Jello. Somebody talk about Jello. That ain't right. What they doing to him down there? That ain't right.
What they doing to him?
No.
They freezing him out. No one will pass him the ball when he get in the game.
not
You
good
gotta
enough.
get rebounds to get the ball. And then
That's
they
what
just
you're
played him
supposed to
0
do.
minutes. They played him 0 minutes. They putting his name on all the flyers to sell the tickets and won't play him.
Hey man, somebody got to be the. What was
That's
the
disrespectful. Folks driving from all around.
What's the middle?
Come see this man and they won't play him.
Hey, what's the middle Manning brother's name? I forget what his name. The one
Cooper.
Connor.
Somebody got
another Manning?
No, Cooper Manning.
Somebody got to be
Cooper is the oldest.
Yeah, he's the oldest though.
Oh, okay.
He was the most talented one. I think
he
he
got
broke his
hurt.
leg or something like that. That's why he
high
never made it to
school.
the league.
No, he had a neck injury.
Something like it was
He'll
something
be all right.
devastating.
He'll be all right.
But nah, with
Hey.
the ball, man, he just his pops just raised that roof too much to where you was expecting him to come out and be Magic, Jordan, Hardaway, Wade, LeBron. You know what I mean? Like, dog,
Off the
he is a solid point guard, good skill. Kind of remind me a little bit of J Kidd as far as, you know what I mean, the control. He'll get better. He'll get a better jump shot. But when you raise the expectations, you setting them up for failure, man. Let them get out there and play.
Not really. He did them boys a solid. He really did.
I was gonna say
he got that boy that the biggest contract that he could possibly get by talking him up and by getting drafted where he got drafted. He got that boy countless bags, man. Listen, don't think for 1 second that him talking has prohibited these guys from being successful at the least. He is very much the architect behind their greatness, and the fact that we were even talking about them in the first place and had them on our radar is because of him, bro.
Yeah, man, he's a hell of a promoter. He's a hell of a promoter.
Yeah,
he got all of that. He got all that from the Lakers. At that, he got he was able to talk his son into getting drafted. Like, what was it, number 2 overall, something like that, by the Lakers. So I think
Yeah, they should have took your boy Fox.
A little loud, but LeVar Ball deserves all the credit. I mean, he definitely put a lot of pressure on Lonzo, and maybe Lonzo wasn't ready for that. But that might be more of a Lonzo issue than it was a LeVar Ball issue, because
you're right.
Lonzo did he did seem like he was kind of shrinking underneath the Lakers, lore, and he just wasn't really able to, really meet the expectation. He also was young, and so I agree with you, Hank, that, once he was able to maybe get out of LA, maybe not so much up under his father, but get out of the limelight that is the Lakers. Once he was able to remove himself from that, then he was able to was given the opportunity to find himself, understand what his strengths are, kind of playing with Zion a little bit, understanding his body, really trying to figure out what he does well on the court. So I think that was the biggest thing. Maybe not so much LeVar Ball taking a step back, but him getting away from LeBron, getting away from Jeannie Buss and them being headlines on First Take every day and things like that. I think that was, a bigger, detriment to his game than actually, having to deal with some of the backlash that his dad was bringing.
I believe it's that, and also working on his shot too, man. His 3-point shooting got way better.
Oh yeah, I mean I agree with that one, man.
Yeah, he
been pulling up with ease. And then the one other thing I like about Ball is sometimes every now and then I see him just kind of take over. It may be for like 1 or 2 plays, but you just see him just be like, I'm about to ready to take this in. So I like how he's carefully, picking his shots. If he's gonna drive, he's gonna drive. He's gonna pass, he's gonna pass. He just got that vision. He always moving the ball up forward. It's just when the ball gets. The only thing I don't like about Ball is when he hands it to Zach. Ball should be bringing that. He should be bringing it up all the time. He's the point guard.
He can't.
I was gonna say he should be doing that more. He should be taking over more for real.
Instead of just giving it to Zach and then he go down in his position. It's like, no, bring the ball down.
They don't run it.
Bring the ball down.
You know how they run everything pick and roll off the wing with DeMar and Zach. They can't do that with Lonzo for some reason doesn't seem to like doing the pick and roll. I don't know why, but they never do it with him. You know what I'm saying? He brings that ball up, he hands it off to DD or to Zach or whatever, and go hits that corner, waits for his spot up 3. You know what I mean? They never run it through him, and I think they need to do that more often now.
He throw the best lobs.
Well, he catch and shoot. You know, Lonzo catch and shoot or pass it, and so he ain't gonna really pick nobody, and he's not gonna come off of the screen and pop and stop and pop, none of that. So I imagine, I can see why he doesn't really like it.
Try though. I was 6'6", bro. Go ahead and attack the rim a couple of times. Put it on somebody head a few times. See how it work out for you, man. Get a little more aggressive.
Yeah. Hey, when's Clay coming back though? Clay Thompson, when is he coming back?
I have no idea, but
February.
He's practicing.
But one of the interesting things about Klay Thompson and Golden State is that he can take the time out to fully get healthy.
That's true.
Because they're rolling.
Hey, because when he come back, they're gonna be dangerous.
Yep.
Man, they're gonna be dangerous.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I would take my time too. I mean, there's no rush. It's
Might as
clear
well.
that they're gonna make the playoffs. So it's not
I didn't even see him with the team. I ain't see him at all. So
yeah, it's kind of weird. All right, final thoughts, you guys. Final thoughts. Any last thing? I know the Bulls play today. Play the Knicks. That should be an interesting game.
Yeah.
That should definitely be an interesting game.
Anton, who you got? You now I could have sworn, Anton, you said that the Bulls won't even beat the Knicks. You said they can't even beat them.
They won't beat the Knicks in a play. I said they won't beat them in a 7-game series. They absolutely would not.
So today's game is not going to impact your opinion one way or the other.
No. Regular season, honestly, especially this early in the regular season, I don't even really start paying attention. Like, I'm a basketball fanatic, so I just love basketball in general. I watch anything except the WNBA. However, aside from that,
I'm sure Kay
I don't
like
think
that.
I don't think it really matters until after Christmas. Once you start getting past Christmas, then you start seeing what's really shaking out, what people are really talking about.
I have to ask.
So,
crazy.
Man, we got some good games going on today, though. I mean, we definitely have the.
I'm gonna be on the flow.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be.
We have some good games except the Lakers and Pistons game, but
Hey,
I think that Lakers and Pistons game is gonna probably remind me of
come on, Lakers,
of like the Lions and Steelers game.
So you got the courtside seats. You see your man Yak on the courtside. You see
Who?
that? One of the fans who had courtside seats. I forget which game it is. My man had too much to drink courtside and Yak right there on the court, bro.
Nah, that wasn't by me.
No, not it. I don't know what game it was, but it was an NBA game. I saw a quick clip of it this morning. So what's the procedure?
Like, must have been on World Stars.
Like, are they escorting you out? Like I don't. Like, are rules different if I do that the 300 section as opposed to courtside?
No, they ain't gonna bother you. Let me tell you something, bro.
They gonna bring no hazmat team in there.
Listen. For the price that we pay for these seats, bro, they not doing nothing. They gonna clean that junk up and they gonna get you popping. Let me tell you something. Honestly, bro, listen. I sit row 2. One of the reasons why I sit row 2 is because if you sit row 1, you have to wear a mask. And I'm not paying all of that extra additional money to wear a mask, right? My seats cost about $45,000 a year. That's how much I pay for my seats, $45,000 a year. To move, and this is in Detroit, right? So our tickets ain't even as expensive, nowhere near as expensive as it is in Brooklyn or LA or any of that, right? To move from row 2 to row 1, where I sit at, is from $45,000 to about $85,000. It's a $40,000 jump.
Damn.
And this is season tickets from one seat to the
Detroit?
next. No, I mean, but think about it. You going to watch LeBron, Steph,
everybody else.
Giannis,
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and it's a networking opportunity. The guy that sit right next to me, we actually going out to dinner after the game. He a neurosurgeon. You know what I'm saying? So it's you got to think of it more than just the sports part. It's a networking opportunity.
Network.
But let me just tell you something. When you spending $50,000, well, if you in a row 1, you spending anywhere from $80,000 to $100,000. You get to ride on a team plane when they're going to the, you know what I'm saying, away games and junk. But if you spending that type of money, they gonna clean that junk up and keep it moving.
Man, I was sitting there like I wouldn't even know how to react, fam. Should I get up and walk away? Should I just sit? He had the 1,000-yard stare, fam. He just sitting there, just like, he was gone, man.
It is what it is.
How to react in that situation.
Yeah.
Yo,
Man.
if I'm paying that type of money, yo, for them
They gonna
tickets,
clean it
yo,
up.
if the Malice and the Palace pop off, yo, they better have somebody fighting for me. You know what I mean? Like I right hook, right
Bro,
punch, uppercut.
Bro, they send me autograph jerseys. My daughter get to meet the players. I'm dropping a video today. I'm giving dap with Steph Curry. They come over because everybody know you. You know what I'm saying? So you become a regular. It's dope. It's a great networking opportunity. I met a lot of dudes. My accountant, I met at the game, bro. Like a couple years ago, my accountant, the guy that do my taxes, the guy that my tax strategist and all of that. That's the guy that he's sitting up in there. I'm gonna be kicking it with him in a Reman Club today. So I sit right behind the players most of the time. So like if you look on TV and they show, oh, Rip Hamilton, Ben Wallace, I'll be sitting there right behind him like this, So
I want to kind of come through a couple of these games. So we got the Mavericks and Clippers. Who you guys got for that one today?
the Mavericks and the Clippers.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna take the Clippers. I'm gonna take the Clippers.
Who's playing? Who's home team?
I'm taking the Clippers all day.
Clippers out of home team.
I'll take the Clippers.
I'm taking the Clippers. Yep.
Nope. All right. We got the Nuggets and the Suns. They are at the Suns.
Suns all day. All
Suns.
day. Suns all day.
Nuggets.
The question we should be asking ourselves is what's the spread? I'm taking the Suns though.
Nuggets.
Suns all day.
Yeah.
Suns been rolling. Suns been rolling, bro.
All right.
I'm take the. You said it's where? It's in Phoenix.
It's
Yes.
in Phoenix.
Yeah,
nah.
I'll take the Sun.
It's in Phoenix.
Okay. And then lastly, I know the Warriors playing the Raptors, but
Warriors
won.
all day long.
15-2 today.
Yeah.
Refuse to bet against them.
Warriors all day long, bro. They look good, bro. Andrew Wiggins.
Our predictions was off.
Jordan
last
Poole,
week,
Andrew Wiggins is looking good, bro.
There's something going on with Steph right now that I want people who are maybe casual basketball fans that really don't know the X's and O's. I want them to appreciate something about Steph. So in basketball, when we as coaches, we call chasing shooters off the 3-point line.
Mhm.
And when you got a guy catching off the ball at 36, 37 feet, you can't even do that no more, fam.
Nothing you can do.
Nothing you can do. The front row, and he's still gonna knock it down. Like,
But you know who else is like that?
I've never seen it. Rip Hamilton was kind of
Trae
like
Young is like that.
baseline.
Trae Young is like that.
Man,
Trae Young will pull up all the way on the logo all day long, bro.
Yeah, but what can you do about it? Nothing.
Nothing.
You're
But
not
the
going that far out.
But the key to defending that is the same thing that they did with Jordan. Like they knew Jordan was gonna get his, but the thing that they say is, "All right, we not letting anybody. Ain't nobody else gonna get theirs." Like
That's true.
Jordan may get up, put up 45, but you not putting up 17. And
No, we can't let Andrew Wiggins get in there and show out.
And Andrew Wiggins was in there showing out. Trust
Yeah,
me.
you can't do that. You can't do that.
Yeah, in there showing out.
Andrew Wiggins
And
been
he-
doing some
he
showing
playing
out
game.
a
He
lot.
playing
Man, it's
good.
comfy place, bro. He gets to be an other. He was never going to be the guy, but he found a place where he can be a
Andrew
guy.
Wiggins in there showing out, bro.
Okay.
Hey, but if you ever listen to him, he talk like he is the guy. I'm like, dude, you're a good role player. That's all. You better accept your job. Be glad you get a role player.
Andrew Wiggins is better than y'all think he is, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, we
He's
only
good.
been waiting for
He's a
like
good role
8
player.
years, bro.
Hey, I'm
He
gonna
better
tell
than
you
y'all
the
think he
secret to the Golden State Warriors, right? Because Charles Barkley said no team can ever sustain this, right? The whole problem is with Steph Curry's greatness from whatever Dale Curry taught him, and then you got whatever Steve Kerr is training them boys to do. Everybody that comes through Golden State, I don't care from most Spates. I mean,
Mark Jackson.
random
You gotta
dude.
give some credit to Mark Jackson, bro.
Yeah, because
no, I'm talking about just the
the
3-point specialty. Just the 3-point specialty. Everybody who comes through Golden State just automatically learns how to shoot. and now the whole league is like that. The
well,
whole
but
thing was
that's because they up under. I mean, Steve Kerr is the coach. I mean, you know, he's a shooter. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
what
you
I'm
got to take
saying.
that into consideration. Yeah.
So they used to wait for the nights when Steph go cold and he couldn't do nothing. Now Steph don't even go cold no more. He might go cold for a quarter, but that fourth quarter, you already know what time it is.
Let me tell you something, bro. And this is the reason why Golden State and the Milwaukee Bucks are going to be successful. And this is the reason why I'm going to win my bet on y'all for the Brooklyn versus the Milwaukee Bucks bets.
What?
That's why I am bet.
In the playoffs, role players are the X factor in the basketball games.
Hell
It's
yeah.
not the stars. The stars are gonna do whatever they're gonna do. It's the Chris Middletons, it's the DeAndre Aytons, it's the role players that are going to be the defining factors in these games. And if you telling me that what is his name? Brown, what's his name that played for Brooklyn? I don't even remember this dude's name.
I know what you're talking about. He's small.
It's the bench and the role players that are going to be if you telling me that Blake Griffin and my man Brown for Brooklyn, because again, Kevin Durant gonna do what he do, James Harden gonna do whatever he gonna do. They have no deep bench that's going to allow them to have that deep playoff run, and that's going to be the separating factor between a Milwaukee and yeah, that's his name. That's Bruce Brown. He used to play for the
Bruce
Pistons.
Brown. That's it.
We got him up out of there. He used to play for the Pistons. If you telling me that Bruce Brown and Blake Griffin are going to be the X factors,
you just don't know they bench.
Listen,
Do some research on their bench.
I think I got a good deal by giving y'all 3-1. I was willing to give y'all 4-1. But y'all accepted the 3-1 before I could pitch the 4-1 and get y'all to reel y'all in. So I take my 3-1.
Free money. I'm gonna donate one of them to somebody.
All right, y'all. It's been a great show. It's been a great show. I definitely appreciate you, gentlemen. Hank, I don't know if you saw the message. I should tap in with me. I put it in the private chat. So,
all right, I got you.
Yeah, take a look at it. And to my family, man, appreciate you guys always. Another one. And you guys that's out there, thank you guys for tuning in to Lapeef Sports. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Also subscribe. And if you want to become a member, hit that join button. We got special perks coming for the members. All right, you guys. Until next time, we out.
All right, fellas. Burn down, baby.
Peace.